Hello everyone and welcome to a Destiny 2 video about Crucible and how it works regarding PvP ability and PvE. Destiny 2 is a very large and expansive game, having extremely large maps filled with secrets discoverable from the D2 and D1 universe and being able to incorporate that lore throughout the storyline and its PvE playability. I'm going to discuss playthrough Destiny 2 in a later video, but we'll do a little backstory for each mission regarding the path of the game you have to take. For this video, it's just Crucible, so let's go into it, shall we? So, Crucible is my personal second favorite thing about Destiny 2 as a game, only because there isn't a particular storyline put into that part of the game separate from PvE, but it's whatever. Now, to completely understand the mechanics of Crucible at a basic level, I'm going to walk you through a few basic things to Destroyer of Guardians. To start, there are 4 main playlists that reside in the Crucible tab at the bottom of the directory. So you go to the directory, click Crucible, and you're presented with 4 big red circles. It's pretty easy to get to this, either through keybinds or the big button that is at the bottom of your screen when you're seeing your ship in space. Once you're inside the Crucible menu, you are presented with the before mentioned playlist. Now, you will see that there are more than 4, but those will get talked about in a later time. You'll notice when playing around with the mouse trying to figure out what you're going to do, you're going to see something called level advantages. Now, this is something that is a part of every tab in Crucible. What it means that your overall light level matters. When it's turned on for certain matches, the function is pretty simple. The higher your light level, the more damage you will give and the less you will take. And the lower that level means the less damage you give, the more. But anyways, you will also see heavy ammo perks in there too. That means that anyone who's playing in that specific match has access to heavy ammo found across the map at any time. Anybody can grab it, anyone can use it. So the very first large red button you encounter on the very far left side is the Rumble tab. Rumble is the most fierce, most intense, and most rage-worthy of the bunch. It's an all-v-all. Everyone is out to get you. You're fighting everybody for the top spot, and everyone will try to kill you for that spot. I do not recommend this for first-time Crucible players, just because of the fact that everyone's out to get you, and so you might not get really good at doing combos. This is for after you played a bit. The second big button is the control tab. This game mode is pretty simple. You go in as a team of 1 through 6, most likely 5 or 6, maybe 4 here and there, and you have to capture zones. It's basically just a game of bloody capture. Anyways, the core objective of this playlist is to capture the zones, kill enemies for points, and just wreak havoc, I guess. To win, you either have to reach 150 points before the timer goes off, have the most points when the timer goes off, or capture all the zones 3 times to instantly win the match. Team respawn is not turned on for this game mode, but don't worry, it's a pretty fast respawn, but it puts you in certain spots, and it tries its best to put you in good places. Ah yes, good old elimination. The second ragiest one of the main 4. For this game mode, all your fire team has to do is kill everyone on the opposing team. This sounds pretty easy on its own, but respawning is allowed, but only by another teammate, so you can just keep going on and on and on for... I've gone on for a solid 5-10 minutes before in one match, just because they kept getting respawned. If you do die, you have to wait for someone to go pick you up. There, you don't just respawn somewhere else, you have to sit there and watch them either help you, or they just totally disregard you and just try to do a 1v3, which never really works out, but I've seen it happen. 5 rounds for the entire match, so you have to win 5 times, meaning you have to kill all the opposing team 5 times to win the match. It's pretty fast paced, it's not too intense, it can be, but it's pretty mellow because there's only 6 of you in total in the entire match. It goes by pretty quickly, and you're not just constantly respawning. It's pretty simple, just win 5 times before they do. There may be a sudden death, but who knows. And this is probably the best one, other than Control, for new people to the Crucible. And you know what? Might as well go kick some Guardian butt. And finally, survival. I have never played survival. I refuse to play survival. I don't like it. It's not for me personally. And I just think it's trash. Like, what? I don't get the point of it. It's basically just kind of control, but like different. It's kind of hard to understand. But the description of it reads something like, drain the opponent's life pool and then eliminate them. Now that those are covered, you now have like a basic first grade education of the glorious PvP of Destiny 2. Let's talk about loadout. Now, something to understand is that this is completely subjective and everyone has a different preference, and that's perfectly okay. My personal loadout is the following. I use a hand cannon, a shotgun, and machine gun. I use a sword if I'm feeling a little risky, you know? So here is the biggest reasons behind why I choose these and why it's probably going to be good for you, only if you decide to. We're not looking for god rolls. This is just a common understanding. God rolls is just like you want the best perks with the best stats. I don't know them personally, but it's pretty easy to look them up. So you can go for those, but it's whatever. So the hand cannon, the oh so sweet hand cannon. I love the damage to fire rate. You always deal so much damage, but you have to be real. Shotguns, just the most ragiest gun of all time. Like, it may seem like someone's hacking, but they're most likely just really good at using a shotgun. The shotgun can deliver one-shot blows at close range, and paired with a shoot-punch combo, meaning if you don't get them the first time, you can just punch them right after. You're basically unkillable if you can evade pretty well. Now, the only downside is that you have to be very close to people, and that goes against. Now, with the right shotgun and right perks, you have an amazing gun to punt guardians' faces with. Now, for heavy weapons, it really doesn't matter because you basically never have any heavy ammo anyways without dying right away. So it's all up to you. Rocket launchers, grenade launchers, swords. There's an exotic fusion rifle, which completely sucks in my opinion. And anything you want, and just it has, you can work with it. It just now to the other side of your equipment page. So you see on the left side you got all your weapons. Now on the right side, your armor. So these are important to be all legendary, and here's why. When all of your equipment is legendary or higher, like exotics, you get better stats. Legendaries have anywhere from 50 to 65 points per piece, rather than 30 to 50 or 10 to 20 or 10 to 30 or something like that. And paired with upgrades to boost certain stats that are low, or certain ones that you just want to have a bunch of, if you just want to get 100%. The major things you really want are resilience, recovery, discipline, and mobility. Resilience and recovery give you that extra amount of damage you can take before dropping dead, meaning more destruction. Discipline is just how fast you can use your grenades and how fast it regenerates. And mobility, because obviously the faster you are, the harder it is to target. You're slow, you can pick you out really easily. If you're zooming by. There's no getting to you easy. And there's other tricks and tips here and there, but you learn those just from playing. Now, for armor, I recommend running a pair of legs that are titled Frost EE5 or Frosties. What this does basically is boost the mobility and boost the energy regeneration, meaning you can use things more often and use your super more often. For perk upgrades, this is really just a grind game when it comes down to it. The most you really want is something that can boost lower stats on your armor and upgrades that will help weapon stats. So if you put something on, it's like faster reload time or lower recoil or something. Now that we have all the equipment and whatnot over with, let's get into some gameplay.
Control. I stay loose, I stay tight, I stay loose, I stay tight, I
stay loose, I stay hype. I can do this all night, cause I do what I like. Yeah, I do what I like. Yeah, I do what I like. Sipping goose, sip is right. And I go with the flow. Yeah, I go with the flow. Yeah, I go with the flow. Cause I know I'm the show. In the zone, here I go. In the zone, here I go. In the zone, here I go. Yeah, they know I'm a pro.
You captured Zone C. That's a power.
Let's go, let's go. Yeah. Let's go. If I go, I'ma get. When I throw, I'ma hit. And I know I'm the kid. I'm a soul, don't forget. I'ma blow up with it. Got my flow so vivid. Here we go, just beginning. Yeah, I throw every inning. Got my flow so legit. All I know is my shit. If I go, they can whip. Post Malone in this bitch. Rockstar making hits. Got guitar in this shit. Leaving scars cause we lit. All these bars that I spit. Yeah. Let's go, let's go!
Eliminated.
As you can see, I'm doing pretty okay. I'm not the best player in PvP, but running these guns over and over again has made me more comfortable in using them. That can also drastically affect your PvE experience. I never used to use handguns. I would only do PvE, I would only do storyline, and so what I would use was an auto rifle, submachine gun, and a grenade launcher. I never used anything other than that. Maybe a shotgun if it needed me to, but I was really bad at it. Another really good way to practice using your weapons is to go do strikes in the Vanguard playlist. They're super easy to do. Or just go and explore the world, any of the worlds, any of the maps, and practice. It's the best way to do it, only because they don't move as much, they don't deal as much damage, and you can really get down practicing aiming. Like first you'll aim for a sec, stop and shoot, and then after a while you can just aim and shoot. And so PvE really helps with PvP. You're not going to be good when you start, plain and simple. It's a new game, new mechanics. It's 100% learning curve with any game. You might have past experiences with it's completely something else, and it's just you have to learn the game. So don't be discouraged when you keep getting lower amounts of kills or losing over and over again, because once you start getting those top kills, the top spots, and start contributing to wins like drastically, that's when it feels good to start playing the game. So to turn off for the day, I leave you with good vibes and fun experience.